One of the hard parts about adjusting all of the landing gear situation for this Cessna 310 is getting this down lock set so that it's at about 40 to 60 pounds of pressure. It tells us in the Rig It Right manual that right up here, our outboard push rod should be adjusted to increase or decrease the tension. But as you adjust this, you also have to adjust the through bolt. The problem is that if the through bolt here has been adjusted or replaced, you need to know where to bring it to. Then the other adjustment that occurs is over here with the intermediate arm, which connects to the bell crank assembly, which connects to the inner arm that connects to the motor up behind the pilot seat of the aircraft. As we come back over here, we have found that as you increase or decrease the height of this fork bolt, it increases or decreases how far up the actual landing gear comes into the wheel well. If it goes too far up, then it comes up and it hits this spot right here. And a lot of times we'll end up putting a putty on the hub right here sticking out, and when it goes up and touches, it should be between 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch thick. If it's too thin, then you come back up to this through bolt and you put it down so that it's not going up as high. Once you've got this adjusted to the proper position so that it's giving the right height, then you need to adjust the outer push rod guide tube so that it fits into this position. In order for that to go together, you actually have to come over and disconnect the intermediate guide tube. Once that's released, then you can come in and adjust this so that you can slide your bolt back into place. Now, this is not told in the Rig It Right manual. Once you've got this set to the proper height here and length there, then you increase or decrease the tension that's put over on this locking component by increasing or decreasing the pressure that's put by this torque tube. The torque tube pressure comes from the intermediate arm. So it talked about in the Rig It Right manual how you had to remove the intermediate arm and adjust the drop-off. But the drop-off actually is adjusted up here with the through bolt. The pressure comes from the intermediate drive tube. So as you push it, as you lengthen it, it puts more pressure on that bolt assembly, and then you have to double check and make sure that it hasn't adjusted how high this through bolt comes up in terms of touching the skin. That's where your drop-off comes in. So you'll adjust back and forth between the through bolt and the intermediate until you get the right amount of pressure up against the top and the amount of pressure being tested right here to unlock the assembly. So this is actually where you get the increase in pressure, not by lengthening and shortening this rod assembly up here.